14 professional suggestions for texting a girl you like. This is Stoic Mastermind, gentlemen. We're going to provide you 14 professional tips on how to text a girl you like today. Knowing what a lady wants might be challenging enough while you're with her, let alone when it's just a few basic characters on your phone screen. And for that reason, having a list of advice from a woman that outlines exactly what to do is really beneficial. Here are some tips for texting a female you like. For guys, the initial messages you send a female are crucial because they help her decide whether or not she wants to be more than simply your friend. Thus, pay special attention to each of these three effective tips. Number one, within 24 hours of meeting her, send her a text. Within 24 hours of meeting her, send her a text. The old-fashioned norm states that men should wait 2 to 3 days before reaching out to women. However, circumstances have changed, and that rule is completely absurd now. And that's primarily because it's so much simpler to contact people now. She asks herself, if he's interested in me, why wouldn't he get in touch with me more quickly? Because it's so simple to pick up the phone and email her a few lines. If you don't text her within a day, she'll assume you're not interested. Number two, call her by name. Call her by name. It can be off-putting to start calling a female a nickname right away. Simply addressing her by name in your initial text is the safest course of action because it's preferable to begin things in a style that is somewhere in between formal and informal. 3. Bring up an incident from your first meeting. You don't want to send her dull, uninspired texts in the beginning, such as, "Hey, it's Ryan," or "Hey, how are you?" Rather, write her an intriguing message that brings back memories of your first encounter, such as, "Last night was so much fun. On the dance floor, you're a crazy person." 4. Make use of correct grammar. Employ appropriate grammar. Do you still send texts the way you did in high school? You understand what I mean. Use the letter Y in place of WHY or the numeral 2 in place of TO. A girl finds it quite offensive when you text with poor language since it conveys that you are too sluggish to complete even basic tasks like putting out a whole word. Spelling out the word takes less than a second, but the difference is significant. The texts you give her just before you ask her out are just as crucial because if you don't, she will become bored before you can even approach her. How is that accomplished? Keep a watchful eye on these important details. First, text her in the same manner that she texts you. The same manner she texts you, you should text her. Take a look at how she's texting you to get a simple idea of how to text her. What is the number of emojis she uses? What is the duration of her texts? How frequently does she text you? One of the best and safest ways to text her is to mimic how she feels at ease contacting you. Second, send a purposeful text. Purposeful text. After all, the goal of texting a female is to eventually ask her out. Isn't that right? Therefore, avoid sending sporadic, meaningless texts because she will either lose interest in the conversation or assume you have lost interest if it isn't progressing. Send her encouraging, amusing, and conversation-starting texts instead. Number 3, hold off on talking to her. Hold off on talking to her. You shouldn't always reply to her texts right away since ladies prefer men who have more exciting things to do than wait for them. This does not imply that you should be impolite, but wait before responding to her text. Shirk 4. Send her eye-catching photos of your activities. Send her images of your adventurous activities. Okay, listen up, guys. For the straightforward reason that it demonstrates that he is a fascinating person to be around, a woman wants her boyfriend to have a life outside of their partnership. Send her photos of yourself engaging in your male pastimes to demonstrate your interest. 5. Recall what she has told you about herself. Keep in mind what she tells you. Knowing that her man is paying attention to her is one of the most significant things for a woman. It's a small gesture, but it gives her a sense of love and appreciation. In order to have a deeper conversation, let her know you're paying attention by either bringing up something she's previously stated or by posing questions regarding anything she said. So she accepted your invitation to go out? Well done. However, this is the point at which a guy's text greatly turns off the majority of women. Why? Because this is the point at which many men become irresponsible when sending texts. However, if you follow these guidelines, you can easily avoid that. Number 1, don't merely tease her to maintain her interest. Here's the thing, guys. If males consistently cover their emotions with taunting, girls will come to believe that they are cowards. She will eventually want you to come clean and tell her things like, "You're attractive, you're very intelligent," or "I enjoy your company." Number 2, show her your positive qualities rather than just telling her about them. Do you enjoy hearing others boast about themselves? You don't, and neither do women, of course. Send her a text like, "I finished my book last week and can't find a new one. Any suggestions?" To demonstrate this to her, rather than boasting and telling her these things. Hasher 3. Make light of her, but not in an offensive way. Make light of her, but not in a bad way. Although it's crucial to demonstrate your sense of humor to her, making offensive jokes will come out as crass and immature. Inappropriate jokes, what are they? Steer clear of anything offensive, lewd, racial, or excessively cruel. Meaning of racist, sexual insulting. Number 4, instead of texting back and forth all the time, give a call. As you two become closer, you'll find that you spend more time together in person or on the phone and less time messaging. And eventually, a female will wonder why you're texting her all the time rather than calling. Therefore, when the moment comes, rather than sending, "What's up? I'm relaxing at home," pick up the phone, call her, and act like a guy. 5. Don't quit messaging her all at once. Keep contacting her. Don't quit abruptly. We've all experienced it. You're heading to a meeting, the gym, or a club to meet a friend when all of a sudden you stop texting. This is acceptable in most situations. But if you've been texting frequently, the abrupt pause might be perplexing, particularly when a relationship is just getting started. Instead, be kind and inform her of the situation. For instance, just arrived at the gym. Later I'll text you. You can text a female you like in just that way. Please let us know if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and remember to click and subscribe. Why not watch some other impactful videos while you're here? Thank you for viewing.